Good morning. Okay, we're going to begin this class lying on our backs in a Astavakrasana. So soles of feet together, knees wide. Make the adjustments that you need and maybe place your hands onto your thighs just as a gentle reminder to release. If that this morning is a bit too much, then take another hand placement that makes more sense for you. And then take several moments to arrive. Allow your breath to be full. And letting yourself embody the idea of play. Knowing that these poses help us to learn about ourselves and how we react, and that we can begin to become more responsive to our responses. Finding the space between thoughts to slow down and react more skillfully and mindfully. Let your breath become larger. Exhale some more full. Let's take a breath in together as community. And exhale, release all expectations. Take your hands to the backs of your knees and bring them in toward each other. Pull your knees in towards your chest. And first just rock a little bit from side to side, maybe pulling a little bit tighter in so you can feel your hip flexors. And then move to a happy baby, reaching hands through the insides of your knees to your feet. Rock a little from side to side and maybe start to stretch one leg or the other, just noticing how you feel at this moment. Again, embodying that concept of play. And then release your feet and then create a 90-degree angle so that your knees are over your hips and your calves creating 90 degrees with your thighs, generally arms alongside your body or out to the side. We're going to rock from side to side. So try to keep your low back a little bit straighter so this helps you engage your core. So on an inhale, take both knees over to the right. Allow your hip to draw up. Try to keep your left shoulder down. Exhale, pull your knee up to center. Knees up to center and then drop over to the left. See if you can keep those knees stacked best you can. There will, of course, be a little bit of shifting. And then just start to rock from side to side, moving with your breath. Once more on either side, and then end back at the center. Hand to toe pose, extend right leg up, left leg comes out long. Make sure that your left leg has some activity to it. As I was saying earlier, I like to take my hands to the backs of my thigh. That also helps me keep my shoulders down and the pose a little bit more focused. However, if you prefer to take your hands up to your toe, please do what is best for you. Flex your right toes, flex your left toes. Again, your low belly is activated. And start to bring your thigh closer towards your chest. Pressing up through the right heel. All right, release the activity of your right leg, extend right leg up, pull left leg in, and take hand to toe on the other side. If you're clasping your hands, retrace your fingers. So you're clasping, you've got different interlacing of your fingers. Flexing through both feet, pressing both hips down, pressing up through your left heel, loosening through the jaw. All right, release that. Pull both knees into your chest. You're going to take your hands to the backs of your thighs, rock up and down the length of your spine, and we're going to land in a boat pose. So see if you can find that balance. Nice. Okay, and we're going to do just a little bit more getting our bodies warm. Reach your arms out alongside of your legs, and we're going to take some Navasana to Ardha Navasana. So the lowering and the hovering. If you ever want to take your hands back to thighs, you always can do that. So on an inhale, start to lower out, straighten your legs, keep your heels lifted, keep your upper back lifted, look towards your feet. Exhale, pull your knees in as tight, 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 tight as you can. Inhale, come out. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, come out. Exhale, draw in. Bring your toes together, knees wide, interlace fingers, release the index. Goddess boat, drop your feet, come forward, kind of like a soft Baddha Konasana, let your head drop. Exhale, lift up, bend back, lift up, point to your inner heels. Drop your feet down, come forward. Exhale, up and back, lift up through inner heels. One more time. Take your hands to the backs of your knees, bring them back together, and you're going to, again, roll back and forth on your back. And you're going to get enough momentum that you come all the way forward to a forward fold at the front of your mat rather, maybe without using your hands. Take an inhale, halfway lift, fingertips press against the mat or your shins. Press your feet down and away from each other. Shift the weight a little bit more into the balls of your feet, shoulder blades are back. And then keeping all the same activity, on an exhale, start to reach your heart down. So your chin is reaching for your shin. Use your hands to assist you here. And again, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, fold. Take your hands to your hips, point your elbows up, roll your shoulders on your back, lift your chin out. Inhale, come up to standing. Exhale, arms alongside your body for Tadasana. Take your toes together, heels slightly apart. Sit low, inhale, Utkatasana, arms lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, look out. Exhale, fold, flow through your vinyasa. Always an option to skip. Step your left foot in slightly at an angle, step your right foot forward. Warrior one, rise up, ground down through both feet. And then on an exhale, tap your hands down. Take a vinyasa if you'd like. Option to lift your right leg, hover through the chaturanga. Step your right foot in slightly at an angle, left foot comes forward, warrior two, other side, ground down through your feet, keep your left thigh low. Exhale, hands tap down, step left foot back, option for vinyasa, option to hover, left leg through the chaturanga, just make sure tops of both feet are down, for your back bend, make your way back to downward facing dog, 5 breaths. At the end of your 5th exhale, bend your knees, look towards the top of your mat. Now on your exhale, step or hop all the way to the top, twist together, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, fierce pose, sit low, arms lift, look up, exhale, come to stand, hands together at heart, and then alongside your body, in Tadasana, 3 breaths. Inhale, arms up, chin goes up. Exhale, forward fold. Breath in, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift, offer your heart. Exhale, fold. Step back to downward facing dog or flow through your vinyasa in order to get there. On an inhale, lift your right leg up toward the ceiling, bend your knee, open up through your hips, pull your left hip back, dropping right shoulder, pointing right knee up toward the ceiling best you can. And then re-straighten your leg, take your right knee towards your right elbow, shift it forward, arch your back like cat, pull your low belly in. See how much arch you can get in your back. Inhale, take it up, bend knee, open up. Again, exhale, take your knee to your right elbow, maybe even your tricep. Inhale, take it up and back, open. 3rd time like that, take it all the way back to the right elbow. And this time just straight up to your tripod dog. On an exhale, place your foot between your hands toward right thumb. Maybe keep your right thumb down as you do so. Angle left foot, warrior two when you're ready. So really drop through the right thigh and then wiggling your legs apart from each other if you need. Shrug your shoulders back, low belly in. Make sure you're pressing down through the left foot as well. And we're gonna move straight to an extended side angle pose. So surf forward, forward, forward. Take your right hand to the inside of your right foot or to a block or forearm onto your thigh. First, keep your take your left hand, take it to your right rib cage, and then manipulate yourself so you're starting to rotate upward. So the right rib cage points up. When you're ready, lift fingertips up toward the ceiling, and then sweep around so that you're reaching beyond your head. Your left bicep is more over your left ear. Keep pressing to the outside of your left foot. On your next exhale, look down to your foot. Spiral your left hand down. Pivot onto the ball of your back foot. You're setting up for a lizard pose. Your right foot is to the outside. Walk it out just a little bit more. And then point your right toes out. Left leg can be up or down. When you're ready, inhale, look forward, create space. Exhale, use it. Start to come down to your forearms or bend to elbows or onto a block. Press down through big toe mound, little toe mound, and center of your right heel. Press back up onto your hands. And then finding a little bit of momentum, you're going to step your left foot to the outside of your left hand, moving to a malasana pose. Sit low once you're there. And as always, if your heels start to rise up, fold back your yoga mat so you create a little shelf for your heels to land on. Tailbone down. Chest is broad. Find your breath. And then when you're ready, on an exhale, you're going to come up all the way to standing. So press through your feet, lift up. Heel toe your feet back so they're hips width distance. Inhale, arms lift, chin up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Make your way back to downward facing dog. You can take a vinyasa if you would like. When you're ready, your inhale, left leg up and back, bend knee, open up through your hips. See if you can still hide your right heel behind your toes. It doesn't splay out to the side. On exhale, take your knee to your left tricep. Keep your back really, really curved like you're coming into a cat pose. Inhale, take it up and back, open up through your hips. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Up and back, open up through hips. Third time, knee to left tricep. Keep your hips lifted. And this time, just strike up to tripod dog. So your hips are squared. And then on an exhale, place your foot between your hands toward left thumb. Angle right foot down. When you're ready, warrior two. Make sure that you're not surfing too far forward just yet. Try to find that equality, shoulders over hips. Get low. And then as you're ready, we're going to move to that extended side angle. Now you can surf forward as far as you can. Using the leverage of your right foot, left hand comes down. Again, right hand to your left side of your rib cage and start to rotate upward. You might start to feel a deeper stretch even in your thigh or hip flexor as you do this. When you're ready, right fingertips are up. Make sure that you've got a really firm foundation here before we take full expression. And then take your arm up over your head, continuing to find that rotation in your rib cage. And your inner elbow of your left arm is facing toward the top of your mat. Make the longest, straightest line you can. Then look down to your left hand. On an exhale, place your right hand down to the mat, pivot onto the ball of your back foot, setting up for lizard second side. Again, toes out, heel slightly in. If you took your knee down on the first side, do so again here. Create space on an inhale. And then on your exhale, descend a little bit more into your posture. If you came all the way down to your forearms, come back up to your palms. And then with a little bit of momentum, you're going to step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, stepping into Malasana, Garland pose, Yogi squat. And the distance of your feet apart from each other has a lot to do with your anatomy and your flexibility. For me, I could not put my feet outside of my mat if I tried. I think I would maybe topple over. So press your elbows against the inner legs. Come to your sternum. Collarbone open and bright. Soften through your face. Lift up through the crown of your head. And then when you're ready, on an exhale, you're going to come all the way to standing, keeping your palms pressed together. Step your feet so they're hips width distance apart. Inhale, arms lift, chin is up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, offer your heart. Exhale, fold to honor yourself, and then flow back to downward facing dog. Always an option to simply step back and not flow. Bend your knees, look towards your hands, and you're going to, on an exhale, hop to a seat in the center of your mat. You're going to take a Janushirasana. So start with the left leg extended, right foot pressing into your left thigh. Make the adjustments that you need. Inhale, lift up, pivot your torso, and then on an exhale, reach for your toes. Take your grip and then release the pose for a breath in, and then exhale to deepen it. As you're taking this posture, flexing the left foot, even if your left leg is bent a bit, press your right knee down and back. This will also, you'll feel, start to pivot your torso a little bit more over that left thigh. And you might feel a deeper stretch in the side of your body. Continue to breathe. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, release the pose. Right leg out, left foot into your right thigh. Set up as you need, create space. So inhale, and on an exhale, reach for the right leg. And then, as always, take yourself out of the pose and then deepen. Pressing left thigh, left knee down and back, letting that propel you forward, further into this forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, come all the way up. We take a Baddha Konasana pose. So at the beginning class, we took a Supta, which is reclined. This one is upright. So place the soles of your feet together, knees wide, and then maybe scoot your hips a little bit closer. Hands to feet, shoulder blades back. Inhale, lift up. Again, tilt forward, pressing your knees down and back, just like we were doing in Janushirasana, and then begin to tilt your way forward. We'll be here for several breaths. So just make sure that every inhale, you find softness and lengthen. And on your exhales is when you make the tiniest adjustment to go a little bit deeper into the pose. All right, inhale to lift up. Fingertips behind you so you can scoot yourself back just a bit. I'm going to take a Marichyasana A. So pull up both your knees. Your right knee will stay up. Extend your left leg out. So if you want, you might choose to put a blanket underneath your bum here to lift up a little bit. Again, just it'll help you tilt your pelvis forward. Not necessary, but if you tend to have a little bit of crankiness in your low back, that can be really, really helpful. So you want your left foot to be flexed, and you're going to step your right foot a little bit closer into your bum. So like if it's further out, it makes it more challenging. So set yourself up, bring your heel in a bit closer. So what we're going to do here is you're going to inhale, lift up like we're taking a Janushirasana. This is familiar, right? And you're going to reach for your left leg like in a Janu. The difference here is you're going to take a bind. So you're going to take your right hand, thumb down, sweep around. So the back of your hand is reaching towards your right hip. Squeeze your knee in towards you like you would have in a lizard pose. Your left arm comes all the way around, maybe to your shirt, maybe you clasp fingertips. Reach your chest for your thighs. Just like in your lizard pose, you're pressing down through your right foot, big toe mound, little toe mound, centered heel, and bring your knee in a little bit close to you. Just breathe. And then let's slowly rewind from this pose. Release your hands if you've got big grip. Spiral all the way back around. Extend your right leg out in front of you. Come to Dandasana pose, flexing your feet, arms alongside your body. Sit up straight. Lift up to the crown of your head. And then we'll take opposite side. Left foot comes in. Again, bring the heel a little bit closer into your bum, because now you can see that when you lean forward, having that leverage with your foot is a lot simpler than if you're coming all the way forward and then you've got all of this space between. So flexing through the right foot, reach forward like you were coming to a Janu. You've got your chest pivoted slightly down, and then notice that the outer side of your left arm is conveniently next to your left shin. Thumb down, cycle at your shoulder, elbow, wrist, back of hand somewhere near your hip. Put your left knee in towards you. Right arm comes out, grasping shirt, or maybe clasping fingertips. Feel that same, like you're kind of combining a Janushirasana plus a lizard pose here. Just breathe. Long spine and inhales, exhales deepen. And then slowly rewind, release whatever grip you've got. Starting with your right hand and then your left, extend left leg out in front of you. Dandasana pose, flexing through feet, arms alongside your body. Sit up straight, core is strong. Your ears are generally over the center of your shoulders. Inhale, lift your arms up toward the ceiling. On an exhale, come forward to a forward fold. Adjust as much as you need. Reach your chest forward. Flex your feet. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, break the pose. Bend your knees, place your feet to the mat. We're going to take a reverse tabletop. Take your hands behind you. Press through feet, press through hands. Lift your hips up, slide your tailbone back towards the backs of your knees. Fingertips are spread wide. And then from here, if you want to drift your head back, first give yourself a double chin. Just like slide your neck back and then allow your head to come back. Not a requirement, simply a form of expression. Keep pressing through your hands. All right, and then rewind your pose. Redouble your chin again, come up, drop your hips down, and come up to seat. All right, we're gonna move into our stuff. So we're going to start to cradle the leg. So let your left leg, you can either come out straight, you can bend your knee, whatever happens to feel good for you. But you wanna make sure that you've got your right leg externally rotated, and either you've got your hand to your foot, or your foot comes all the way up into your elbow crease. Your right arm is gonna wrap around your right knee. Have a little bit of flexion to your right foot, and then rock your baby. Just make everything feel kind of comfy. And maybe that means like moving in circles, or just rocking from side to side. Just kind of finding some of the mobility. Little relaxation that can invite play. All right, and then with that right foot, extend the right foot out, and you're gonna start to pull your knee underneath your right armpit. So your right hand, kind of like you're setting up for a happy baby, except you're sitting up instead of on your back. Remember we did that earlier? Okay, so start to just pull your knee in towards your armpit, pressing out through your right heel, sit up. And then maybe just a little bit of wiggle. Be very careful here because we don't want to like pop anything out of place. But just to find mobility and less stickiness. Okay, this is where things get fun. We're going to take a pose where we place the knee over our right shoulder. Sometimes called elephant's trunk. It's kind of like a variation of archer's pose. So, and this is where if you wanted to have blocks beside you to assist you with your lift, you might want to take those and place them on the outsides of your hips. So, mash your calf, give yourself a little bit of massage, really squish it. Again, tell your body everything's going to be okay here. And you're going to scoop your, this is calf, over your right shoulder. So flexing the foot, finding that kind of like a lizardishness, pulling your knee in towards you, flex through the right foot, arms alongside your body, squeeze, 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 flex through your left foot, and then press through your hands, lift up. And then when you're ready, drop down, unhook, wiggle it out. Okay, questions, thoughts, concerns on the first side? Okay, let's do the other side, and then we'll move on to the Astavakrasana. So take your left leg in, cradle like a baby. Again, your right leg can be out straight, or if it's more comfortable, more stable, to bend your knee. Rocking from side to side. Again, maybe finding a little bit of movement. You're going to know your mobility best and what feels right. All right, and then we're going to take that, that prep pose where you point your foot forward, your knee comes underneath your armpit, kind of like happy baby. Your left hand, depending on your mobility, it might be at your calf, at your ankle, or all the way to your foot. Pull your knee in close to you. press your heel out while you pull your foot in. Again, very much like happy baby. Simply different orientation. All right, and now we're going to take that and elephant's trunk. So take your left hand to your left calf, wiggle it out, smash it up. Get yourself soft again. We create so much tension just to release it. And then flex through the foot, hand to the back of your calf, bisect it, squish down, and then place your leg over your shoulder. One of my friends always is like, put your leg on like a backpack. And then you're going to pull the knee in towards you, flex your foot. You'll notice it starts to bring your left ankle more straight, arms alongside, shrug shoulders back. When you're ready, lift up, flexing both feet. This will help. And when you're ready, come down and unwind. How are we doing? Okay. I saw a head shake. Okay, so that is a pose in and of itself, but we're actually going to take that pose and then we're going to spin it more onto our hand. So that's already arm balance, right? We're going to change the orientation. So now, I don't know if I can do it this way because there's a wall. So you'll set up the same way. We've done this before. Scooch it under, flexing in, unflexing your foot, bring your knee in, arm alongside you, lift up, but this time you're going to hook, pivot, and then forwards. Yeah. You come up and you unwind.
So Courtney, whenever I do that normally without blocks, like I can get there, but like my nose is like next to the floor.
Yep.
Do you think I could use the blocks to give myself height there, or would I just like come crashing down? I can't decide if that would work.
I see what you're saying. So if you're already able to lift up and that's not like a blocker for you, I would say then stay away from the blocks because you're already getting that lift. Okay. And then it's true, you might like have more distance to fall. Yeah, the blocks are really good to get the sensation of lift.
Straight. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you've already got that, then I don't know how much that'll like really help you, unless you just want to give yourself that assist as you kind of rehearse and practice.
So then
that part.
As I do that and I get my legs to the side, like what do I need? Like, I mean, my nose is like literally against the ground whenever I do. I mean, not like, I mean, it's like I got a centimeter clearance. Like what do I need to be pushing to give myself some space there?
Especially, let's say we're doing the right leg version, right? Where you're springing out to the right. Your left shoulder will have a tendency to come down, and this is why your head is coming down. You have to lift up like chaturanga, elbows in, core is strong, look out. And you're also, there's a slight twist to your torso. So remember when we were taking the extended side angle and we were practicing like rotating your entire torso here. So if you're in your Astavakrasana and I've got my legs out to the side, I need to be sure that I go elbows back, shoulders back, looking forward, chaturanga, without this. And so like that is going to bring you down. Kind of, sort of? Cool. All right. So let's take right side first. Pulling knee in, hand, smash your calf, hook it up, squeeze in, find that lizard pose, hands alongside you, lift up and up, hook your left foot, swing to the side, and then here start to rotate your chest down, elbows back, squeeze your knees toward each other, squeeze your ankles toward each other. You've got this. You can see your email, you've got it. Yes, yeah. You're gonna keep your hands in a little bit closer in towards your hips also. So you've got more lift. So like when you're further out, your arms aren't as long basically, like think about that geometry. Yes. Start to tilt forward, squeeze your knees toward each other, squeeze your ankles toward each other. Yep. Left rib cage up. Press your hands. Yes. Yes. Okay, before we move to the other side, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I had a little more space than normal, so that was good.
Cool.
And that's
cool.
not, I'm better on the other side normally, I think.
Well, now we can move to your more successful side. Cool. Rima, you good? Ready for side number 2? Okay. So, same but different. Been here before. We start off with the pose that we've already practiced. Bring me in. Smash up your calf. Really like give yourself a little bit of like a massage smacking. Like when we're tight, we're actually just not even creating enough space because those muscles are so taut. So see how much you can relax them. Shoulder underneath, bring it in, knee in. This will help your your heel, go straight out. Hands alongside you, elbows in. Get strong, lift up, hook. Start to bring your knees toward each other, ankles toward each other. Again, find that rotation of your spine. It's not an easy pose. There you go. Hands in close to your hips. Put your knee in towards your left shoulder. You've got this. Yeah? Yeah. That's something. Very nice. Almost back, chest up, core strong. Yeah. Awesome. Guys, that's great. Okay, let's unwind from all of that stuff that we just did. Again, it's just plays just to get you into a place where you can find the space between your thoughts and ultimately be able to meditate. So come onto your back. You're gonna take figure 4. So cross the right ankle over your left. Without using your hands first, pull your knee in close to you, see as far as you can go, and then use your hands to assist. Deepen your stretch. Flexing through the right foot especially. Pressing your tailbone downward so your hips are a little bit more flat, or at least moving toward that direction. Your right knee moving away from you. Release the clasp of your thigh, let your left foot come down, and then drop your legs over to the right. You can keep your right ankle on top of your left thigh. However, that's too much, simply uncross, and then you'll have a wider twist here. You can send your gaze over to the left if you'd like. Uncross, bring your knees back up to center, cross your left ankle over your right thigh, take figure 4, opposite side. First, without using your hands, draw in tight, and then take your hands, interlace your fingers the opposite way. You're on figure 4. Release the clasp, let your foot come down. Drop both legs over to the left. Again, you can keep your left ankle crossed on right thigh, unless that's just a bit too much for you right now. And then uncross, so you can take the twist all the way up through your cervical spine by looking out toward the right. Start to send your head back up to center. You took that difference. Uncross your leg from your thigh. If you took that cross, bring both knees up. Pull both knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself a hug. So much gratitude for this body that lets you play. Explore these poses. Explore these physical movements. And then allowing you to go further internally. And when you're ready, release your knees. Release your head. Come into your Shavasana pose, corpse pose. Any adjustments that you need are welcome. Don't be afraid to get within. Pulse away. Breaks off, floats off what remains. Begin to draw in a deeper breath and a full soft exhale. Remembering that these shapes that we place our bodies in are not magical, but they help us access something within that in turn helps us connect to that without. When you're ready, roll over onto your right side, point your knees in closer toward you, taking a few moments to recognize this transition. And then make your way to a seated posture for a very brief reflection and meditation. On an inhale, bring your arms out and up, palms press above you, and on an exhale, take your thumbs to the space between your eyebrows for clarity of thought, to your lips for clarity of speech, and then to your heart for clarity of action. Bow your head to your heart, acknowledging that what heart knows, in humility, in honor, and in gratitude. Let us all find the element of play, help that bring us forward, the things that we can change and through the things that we cannot, the things that we accept. In the name of the highest good, namaste.